Not everyone wants or needs such an aggressive lug sole on their boot, but a good boot should have a sole that offers great traction and is super durable so you don't have to resole them as often. Now, unfortunately, not all boots come with a sole like that, but getting them resoled can turn just an okay pair of boots into the best boots you've ever worn. If you don't know who I am, my name's Oliver the Shoe Man. My wife and I own and run our family's 5th generation shoe repair business right outside Nashville, Tennessee. And today we're going to be talking about the Vibram Mini Lug Sole. Why it's good, why it's bad, when and when not to use them, and at the same time we have these beautiful pair of John Lofgren boots that we're going to be resoling with the Vibram Mini Lug Sole so you can see the whole process step by step. This customer also wants to make a few aesthetic changes to his boots, which is a cool thing about getting your boots resoled because you can custom tailor your boots to fit exactly what you want, whether that's a certain look you want or you need them for a specific job and the soles just aren't cutting it. Now, before I take these $1,500 pair of boots apart, let's just take a second to appreciate how absolutely beautiful they are. You can see they're hardly worn here, but again, the customer wanted to make some changes, which is why we are resoling these boots. I think I've taken apart plenty of boots, brand new pairs, but this one, I don't know, maybe it's because it's $1,500. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's not every day you get to take apart a $1,500 pair of boots. So we're gonna take a look on the inside of these boots. Now, the Vibram Mini Lug rubber sole is made out of a compound that Vibram calls SBR. Vibram is really cool because they test all of their products before offering them on the market. They found that the SBR rubber compound has a short A, or hardness level, of about 70 to 80, which is pretty much just how dense it is, how hard it is, and an abrasion level of about 150. And that's pretty much as high, or one of the highest performing soles that Vibram offers. Beautiful. So we got, this is called the shank. It looks like it's 2 pieces of leather wrapped around a piece of metal on the inside. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so this piece is what we call the welt. The welt gets stitched through the uppers, the lining, and onto this white piece. It's called the gemming. Gemming is glued to the footbed, and then we fill this little cavity in with cork. We put the new soles on, and it gets stitched on the outside. Now, these are in really great shape. I could take all of these white threads out, put the new soles on and re-stitch it. But because we have to stitch the soles upside down, we can't guarantee we're gonna hit all of the original welt holes. And so sometimes the stitching comes out a little funky. So for aesthetic reasons, this customer chose to replace the welt. So it'll be a brand new piece with brand new stitching from the factory. And it's held on using a chain stitch, which is one thread looping in and out of itself, creating a chain, which is super durable. It's a great, pretty much all manufacturers of shoes do this, except if you're getting custom, handmade, hand welted. But it makes my life easier because I could take the welts off, all the thread out in one spot. One fell swoop, I guess you could say. So now we have a pair of boots all taken apart and ready for the new welts. If you ever do choose to send a pair of shoes in to get resoled by me, and I ask you, do you want new welts so that the stitching on the welt looks good? And you say, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. It's only an extra $100. And you're like, $100? This is why. Because from the manufacturer, they have a machine that stitches these on in like 15 seconds. We do them by hand. Now we can get that machine that stitches the welts on, but do you see all of these holes? With the machine, you can't guarantee that it's gonna hit all of those original holes. So you end up with a weakened upper because you're poking more holes in the uppers, and then you risk the sole and the welts pulling away from the shoe because it's pretty much cut right there. You put so many holes right there, it's literally just cutting it. So this is why we hand stitch them, because we can guarantee that we go in the same exact holes, but it just takes a little bit of time. Instead of 15 seconds, it's more like 20 minutes a shoe, depending on the welts, how far away the stitches are, and if it's a 270 or a 360 degree welt, which means if the welt goes around the heel, or if it doesn't, these are 270, so the welt goes here all the way around and it'll stop right there. So this one's not as long, but still just as time consuming to do. But while we're here, while I'm sewing the welts on, I can tell you a little bit more about these Vibram mini lugs, when you can use them, when it's not a good time to use them, stuff like that. And truthfully, these soles are good in just about any environment. You know, working in the kitchen, on a construction site, if you're working as a janitor, again, just about any terrain you could think of, they perform really well on. Another cool thing about these mini lug soles is because it's a half sole, what we can do is if you have a boot that already has a leather sole on there, we can literally just stick it on top of it instead of having to touch the welts and the cork and anything like that. So it's a really cheap and effective way to extend the life of your boots, because you save money in the long run because you only have to replace the half sole instead of everything else. And when it wears down, I don't have to touch any of the welts, the cork, or anything like that. All I gotta do is peel it off and glue a new piece on. Before we could put the soles on, we have to put a midsole. A midsole is a layer of leather or rubber that goes in between the shoe and the sole. Now, we have a few different options. With these half soles, leather soles are required. We do have rubber soles, but because it's a half sole, you need more support right in the shank area. So doing a leather midsole is really the only way to get that. Now we have two different styles. We have a 10-11 and then a 7-8. The 7-8 is a little bit thinner than the 10-11, as you could tell. With these these soles, I always try to go for the thicker ones, just so you have more support here, which is what we're going to be doing with this with these boots. But what you saw me doing over there is something with the sole. Now, typically with these style soles, we'll glue this on, trim it, cut our sole, put that on there, stitch it. But I wanted to kind of mimic this stitch, and the only way to stitch that is before the sole gets glued on. So this is what we have here. We got the leather sole, glued it on. We cut a little channel so it sits countersunk. And then with my Blake stitch machine, I stitched the soles on. And so now we're able to put this on top of this, which I'm gonna do my best to get centered properly, because that was the hardest part, was making sure that the soles are gonna be centered to the shoe, because we want, you know, that stitch in the center. We don't want the lugs to be super long on one side. And so at this point, this stitch right here is purely aesthetic, because it's not really holding on to the shoe. But we're gonna go ahead and do an outsole stitch, stitching the welt, the midsole, and the sole all together. What the fudge? So it's been about a week since I last worked on these boots. And this is why. See how funky that stitching is? It was like my machine was drunk. And Did it multiple times, did it on the other one too, and I was just like, I had to stop. One, because I ran out of storm welds, I couldn't finish it. And two, just I didn't know what was going on. So reached out to Tony, Wide and Dad Carver Company. Super great people, super great guys. He told me what part I need. One of the guides for the needle in my outsole stitcher was wore out, and so he told me replace that. So it took about a week to get in. I got the new storm welts, and we are gonna start all over on these guys. I've done the other one. The funny thing is, the next day after I tried to finish this, the customer called and he said he wanted to change some things around. So he kind of got lucky that my machine messed up and I had to start all over, because he wanted to, instead of do the dark brown welts, he wanted to go with a natural welt. And so this is what it looks like after we restarted. I just gotta do the heels and everything on this, but I am not gonna show you every single step, me restarting, but I wanna let you guys know why it's going from this to this and why it took me so long to get to it. So the next thing, we'll be doing the heels. All right, that took a little bit, but I am back to where I was before I had to start all over. We got new heel bases on. This client asked if we could lower the heel base, and I get this question quite a bit. And the answer is yes, kind of. So if you take a look at this last, this is what the shoe is made around. This is what they stretch the leather around and all that stuff. So this is the curve, right? So if we put a heel like that on the shoe, it sits pretty flat, right? It looks pretty level, pretty even. But say we take this off, we put this guy on here, and look at how much farther the last is sitting, the front of the foot is sitting. So if we put this, if we made a shoe with this last and we put this height of a heel on, it's gonna be leaning super far forward. I'm tilting the camera as if it's gonna do that. But it'll be too far forward, right? And it won't be balanced. It's like you're walking on high heels. But if we do a heel that's too low, then it does the opposite. It's kind of got a downward tilt. So it will be super uncomfortable to wear. So all we can really do is take, let's say this is the right height, because that's about the right height. 1/4 inch is all we could do safely. Ugh. Right? So that is kind of pushing it, right? But if this sits down, it's still level-ish, okay? If we bring it down a layer, it's all right. So we can't go too high, we can't go too low. So about 1/4 inch is all I do. That being said, these shoes came with a 3-layer heel base. We did a 2-leather heel base, which is 2 layers of leather stacked on top of each other. We balanced it out properly. We're putting our top lifts on, and now we are gonna do our final trim, clean polish, and these will be good to go. Alrighty, we are all done with these boots. Now, the only downfall to these mini lug soles is that this lug pattern naturally picks up a lot of mud and dirt. So if you're walking around in a lot of mud, a lot of dirt, and then back inside, and you don't want your wife complaining about getting mud and dirt, or you don't want to dirty your own floors, this might not be the sole for you. But if that's not an issue, these are actually my favorite soles to put on boots. I just love how the edges look, the grippiness of it. It's just an all-around amazing sole. Let's take a closer look at how these actually turned out though. Now I'm really glad that he ended up changing it to the natural edge finishing. That's another one of my favorite finishes along with these soles. The natural edge finish pops quite a bit with those dark uppers, making it look absolutely beautiful. And the rest stitching on the bottom turned out amazing. Contrasts beautifully with the lug soles, the natural color of the leather. I love that Blake stitch that we were able to do that. That stitch isn't going all the way through the sole. It's just holding the mini lugs to the midsole like there was previously. You don't really want to Blake stitch a Goodyear welted boot. It's not how it's done. And you would feel the stitching on the inside of the footbed. You just not good. So that's why we did that way. Now, if you have any questions about getting this done to your boots, all my contact information will be down below. Feel free to give me a call or text during my business hours. You can send me an email. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you can message me through there as well, whichever is easiest for you. Now, if you're ready to get started and you want to get these done to your boots, I do have a website for mail-in repairs. Go down in the description. The link to my website will be down there. And that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate you. Till next time, God bless you guys.